Linton Hand is the NASAM, National Academy of Sports Medicine Certified Personal Trainer with 7 months of hands-on experience, learning the ins and outs of training and what it means to be a personal trainer. His goal is to help others learn their bodies and the importance of physical activity. Gofamint, House of Restoration, with Jesus' joy in our hearts. Let us receive the dynamic ministry of our dear brother Linton Hand.
Good morning, hello. Good morning. Hello, good morning, church. How we doing today? We doing well? I'm gonna need a little favor from y'all right now. Can I just get 2 claps, please? When I say give me 2 claps, let me get 2 claps, okay? All right, here we go. Wait, not yet. Y'all a little too early. All right, here we go. Give me 2 claps. 2 claps. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, as you know, my name is Linton. My name is Linton Hand. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about physical wellness. But before I get into it, can we get a mic to go? Oh, don't hold it? Okay, my bad. Can we get a mic to go around so I can ask you guys some questions? Just make this an interactive thing. Can somebody grab a mic so I can start asking other people questions as well? There we go. My bad, y'all. I'm a little nervous, but maybe I'll shake up. It's cool. Oh, no, all right, I wanted to ask you guys, what does physical wellness mean to you before I get into it? I just wanted to see what everybody else thinks. Anybody? Not all at once.
Right here.
There we go.
Healthy lifestyle.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I said, what does physical wellness mean to you?
I believe healthy lifestyle.
Health and lifestyle? Okay, that's good. Can I get somebody else? No?
Hi, to me, I think it just means that how your body is physically, like as you said, health, also the wealth of your body, and what you put in and how you treat it.
That's good. Anybody else?
Physical health is engaging your nerves, your muscles, so they don't get tired of doing what they're supposed to be doing. The more you let them relax and don't do anything, the more they get fatigued and don't be able to do anything.
I think physical wellness means consistent exercise.
That's good. All right. If I can, I would like to ask another question. What is your why? In general, like, why do you do what you do? Anybody. It could be anybody.
You say, why do you do why? Anything? Well,
Like, what is your why? What is your purpose?
purpose, well, I'll use exercises. That's what we're doing. To be physically fit, because lately it's like when I walk up the stairs, I'm running out of breath. I'm getting tired. So I want to exercise so I can be fit. Yeah.
Thank you.
I also believe my why is when I eat much junk food. I feel it in my body. Yeah. So instead of developing high blood pressure, some sort of sicknesses, I gotta do what I gotta do to stay fit.
Why do I get up every morning and provide for my family?
Okay, perfect. That's what I was looking for. That's perfect. That's perfect.
I think the why for me is to be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually ready to do the work of Him that sent us.
All right, well, that's good. That's just general questions I wanted to ask you guys, just to get you involved so I can get an understanding of what you think it is. But now, I want to get into it. I'm going to get the slides up. There we go. What is physical wellness? Physical wellness is the ability to maintain a healthy quality of life by doing what you can to help strengthen and care for your body. Okay. So the little things like exercise, the things that we eat, making sure we're being intentional about these things. That way we can have that healthy quality of life. Because physical wellness is not just one thing. It's everything as a whole. It's eating. It's making sure you're getting sleep at night. It's how are you feeling mentally. It's everything and more. Can we go to the next slide, please? Why is it important? I'm pretty sure we know why it's important, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It's important because our bodies we need the endurance necessary in order to withstand day-to-day life. Like for those of us who are providing for a family, if you get sick, who is going to be the one to step up and pay the bills? We have to make sure that we're doing our part so when it's necessary, we can do what's needed for the ones that we care about. And we want to make sure that we live long enough for most of you all in here, y'all are parents. I know you want to be able to watch your grandkids grow up just the same way you watch your kids grow up. But we have to make sure we take care of ourselves. But some benefits of actually of physical wellness, finding it easier to get an adequate amount of rest. I know a lot of us struggle with insomnia, just not really being able to get a lot of sleep at night. And I know a lot of us we lean on pills like melatonin. But I bet if we knew that our body produces melatonin naturally, based off the endorphins and things of that such, when we actually work out. And another one being promotes healthy bones, muscles, and joints. A little note I have here that I wanted to let everybody know. After age 30, you begin to lose as much as 3 to 5% of muscle per decade after age 30. So for those of us who are not physically active, your body is already working against you and losing that muscle, so now you have to work even harder to maintain it. Another one being a healthier state of mind. In day-to-day life, there's so many things that we deal with every single day that not many people know about. Not too many of us have an outlet to be able to release these things. So working out is a great way to do so, just to get off that stress, that tension, by going in the gym, lifting some weights, or even just going for a walk or a run, or even just playing with your kids. All right. And it helps reduce the risk of moderate or severe functional limitations. Okay. This is but how many of us can actually reach down and touch our toes without feeling any kind of pain? I'm not going to tell. Y'all can raise your hand. I ain't going to tell nobody. That's it. There we go. I want y'all to give yourselves a pat on the back, by the way. But yeah, so we're supposed to be able to do that naturally. But over time, I like to use the analogy of a rusty bike. You don't ride it no more. You leave it in the rain, it's going to rust up. Your body is the same way. A lot of us, my bad, y'all. Hello? All right. A lot of us, there's a lot of things we were able to do as children that we can't do now, and we kind of come to terms with it and think as if it's natural. When in reality, thank you so much. When in reality, it's not natural. You're supposed to be able to do the same things that you were able to do as a child. Not to the same extent, because, with age comes wear and tear, but we're still supposed to be able to. All right, can we move on to the next slide, please? Let me know if I'm going too fast. Okay. Next, I want to talk about the dangers of a sedentary lifestyle. So a sedentary lifestyle is basically a job or anything, just when you're sitting down or just laying in bed for about more than 6 hours. That's a sedentary lifestyle. When you're not getting up and being active. It says right here, 93% of Americans spend our lifetime indoors, and 70% of each day sitting. That's just, and even down here it says about how a lack of physical activity is associated with 3.2 million deaths a year. We don't realize just sitting down and doing nothing is actually killing us. It's comfortable to sit at home or lay in your bed and eat snacks. It is comfortable. Or to watch your favorite show. But we have to do better when it comes to maintaining and taking care of ourselves. Here we go. All right, I'm moving on to the next slide. Here we go. Now this slide right here, just talking about little things that we could do ourselves. For those who work desk jobs or anything that when you're seated most of the time, little things you could do, like every hour you can get up and stretch just to help. You can start stretching, anything of that sort, or standing while you work. Just staying on your feet. And afterwards, taking a short break, just getting up, walking around, stretching out your muscles. It doesn't take long to stretch. You probably 3 to 5 minutes. And then you could go back to sitting down. Walk or bike to work, or the little things. Like those of us, an elevator, take the stairs. Or instead of an escalator, take the stairs. Or even becoming more active, like just walking around your neighborhood. Something that induces you getting your heart rate up. Or even cleaning, yard work. That works as well. Just becoming more active. Like it says right here, you can incorporate physical activity into your daily routine, like walking to the store, anything. Just giving yourself the opportunity to start moving. Or for those of us who like to dance, dancing is a perfect way. It gets your heart rate up, keep your body moving. But another effect of a sedentary lifestyle, high cholesterol, because you got to think the foods we're eating, your body is not working them off. And if you're just sitting down, the food is going to sit in you. But if you're moving, your body is going to take that food and burn it, use it as fuel. It's the same thing as a car. If you just put gas in the car but you're not using it, the gas is going to sit there until that you actually drive the car, then that gas starts being used. It's the same thing with the food that we put into ourselves. But same thing, physical disabilities, weight gain and obesity, depression, sleeplessness, insomnia, all that energy that we have stored up that we're not using, hypertension, when the muscles are tight, especially blood flowing, things of that. But all right, next slide. And I got a couple statistics for my people who are very into that. It says 4 in 5 of the most chronically conditions among adults 50 or older can be prevented or managed with physical activity. And I got one just to scare y'all right here. 4 million people die each year as a result of obesity. That is a lot of people, and these things can be prevented just, like I said, implementing the little things. Just going outside, taking a walk, dancing, finding something that works for you instead of just sitting in the house. But another one I have is obesity is linked to 30 to 53% of new diabetes cases in the U.S. every year. And I know for us parents, it may be easier sometimes to just run and get something quick for your kids. If you're running late or you just really busy and feel tired, don't want to cook, that fast food that's very affordable is doing long-term damage, especially when we eat that food and we just go to sleep. When you're not staying up and allowing that food to digest, like I said, that food is sitting there inside of you. And it's already got so many chemicals in it now that those chemicals are fighting against your body. And most of us, this might be a little TMI, but when you have the runs, that's why. That food is working against you. It's supposed to be, your stool is supposed to be solid. But because of that kind of food, that's why it's liquidy. I was trying to say that without being so, yeah. All right, we're going to go to the next slide. And another one that says more than 340 million children and adolescents between the age of 5 and 19 have obesity, and 39 million under the age of 5 have obesity. Understanding that God has put you guys over your children, and it's just about doing a better job of making sure that they don't have to deal with certain life issues before they're even old enough to know theirself what's going on. But when you're just shoving things in front of them and saying, here, leave me alone, or here, eat this and go to bed, that's counterproductive. You guys as parents are called to take care of them, make sure you nurture them, feed them the things they need to do. If they want a little snack cake and you know they don't need it, tell them no. You don't always have to give them everything they need. It's just about denying them, because what you know you're doing is saving them from lifelong health issues. But another one being, according to the 2022 State of Obesity Report, black adults have the highest rate of obesity in the U.S., 49.9% compared to 45.6% of Hispanics, 41.4% of white adults, and 16.1% of Asian adults. That's all of us grouped as a whole, who they deem to be African American. All of us as a whole in this country. We make up that much of the obesity rate. Like I said about the quick foods, and me myself being from the South, the fried foods are delicious, but long term they're not good for you. And just all the fried foods in general, just everywhere you go, you see a wing place, a burger place, everywhere. It's literally everywhere. And another one being the effects of obesity increase healthcare costs related to inpatient treatment, so those who are in the hospital, and outpatient treatment, and prescription drugs. And this is another thing right here. Medical costs related to obesity in the U.S. reach approximately $260.6 billion a year. That is a lot of money. Even for us, those who have to pay for over-the-counter medicine, that is money that could have been in you guys' pocket, in our pocket, if we just take the necessary precautions and actually start implementing things. Because of the fact that instead of allowing our bodies to work naturally, because our bodies are made to fend these things off themselves if we give it a fighting chance. But when you're just sitting around, like I said, a sedentary lifestyle, all these things are in you and they're taking place. Kind of lost my train of thought. My bad, y'all. But another one, next slide. Now we're going to talk about some solutions to a worldwide problem. A balanced diet. I struggle with this myself. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, and just an example. Incorporating more greens and fruit into our daily life. Less sugary, carbonated drinks, more water. They have little things like water enhancers to make it easier to drink water. It doesn't always make it easier, but at least it allows you to be able to get the water in. We're supposed to be drinking every day half our body weight in ounces of water. So however much you weigh, you're supposed to drink that amount in ounces every single day. And especially with it being hot out, this heat is no joke. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're liable to pass out, get severely lightheaded, the room goes dark, and you just fall out. In most cases, how you fall, you may end up hurting yourself severely. A lot of people can end up losing their lives just how they fall alone, especially if nobody's there to watch you or be there with you. You hit your head a certain kind of way and nobody's there to care for you. That may be the last time your family sees you. But also regular exercise, 150 minutes of moderate activity or 75 minutes of vigorous activity of training. So that's about, I want to say, 2.5 hours. And I made sure to put in parentheses each week, not in just one day you have to do that amount. I know you guys are busy. You have things to do. You have people to take care of. But that should be a weekly thing. A question I want to ask you guys, who here has gotten 30 minutes or less exercise this week. Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. There we go. That's amazing. Last week, my bad, y'all. Last week. Thank you, Pastor. Another one being changes to daily habits. I don't mean drastic changes right away, but something, small implementations. Going for a walk. Like I said, many of you have children. I know there's a lot of times you don't want to be bothered with them, but just playing with them. Because kids will definitely keep you on your feet. I don't have kids, and I know that. My nephew came down. He's 3 years old. We played up for like 3 minutes straight. And 30 pounds is 30 pounds. I was sweating. I was tired. I wanted him to get away from me. I wanted him to be far from me as possible. I told my brother, you got it. I'm good. I don't mind waiting. But another one that's most important to me, seek support. A lot of things in our life, I know we kind of feel like it's our burden to carry or we have to do these things alone, but we all need somebody. Majority of you all in here are married. You and your partner both should do this together. It should be a fun thing that you guys get to enjoy together. It shouldn't be solely just you feeling like I have to do this alone. Make these implementations together. Actually get your partner involved, and not all the time will they be on board, but at least them supporting you in some form or fashion. Like I said, friends, family, your healthcare provider, and that's another thing. When going into working out, if we have any health-related issues, make sure you consult your healthcare provider first before you just try to jump into it, because you don't accidentally want to worsen your condition. But yeah, it's very important. Get your family involved. Allow yourself to build that support system, because not every time are you going to go work out by yourself. It's not motivating. It doesn't work as effective. It depends on if you're a highly motivated person, then yeah, it'll work. But even sometimes it's like, I don't need to. We all need to. Whether you're overweight, obese, or skinny, we all need that exercise. We can make it a fun little family thing. But I'm going to the next slide. And another thing I found interesting that I learned myself is that a healthy lifestyle has a massive impact on the lengthening of life expectancy. It's one of those things where it's like, you know that, but until it's like you understand, like, oh yeah, it does. It's just really receiving it. Like I said, about 150 to 300 minutes of moderate physical activity or 75 to 150 minutes of vigorous activity. That alone will increase your life expectancy by 21%. That alone. Just making the small adjustments. And it says, regular exercise was ranked first by experts as the habit that helps the most to improve health. So any other thing, like dieting is very important, but you need the physical activity to go along with that diet, or you're not going to see the results in the manner that you want to see them. And both aerobic and anaerobic activities are needed in order to live a longer life. All right, next slide. And I wanted to get into what aerobics are. It just means with oxygen, so such as running, jumping ropes, swimming, cycling, things like that, or even dance class, just dancing, like I said, dancing, anything of that sort that's getting your heart rate up. At least for every hour of aerobic exercise you do, you add 2 hours to your lifespan, and your general health improves to enhance the quality of your life. Now, it's not always going to be fun, but the benefits are definitely there. And it increases your heart rate and how much oxygen your body uses. All right, next slide. And anaerobic, my favorite, because I don't really like cardio. I'm not gonna lie to you. But anaerobic, it means without oxygen. It's a great way to improve your cardiovascular endurance, build and maintain muscle, and lose weight. For those who want to do both, you can by strength training. Anything such as crunches, push-ups, squats, sit-ups, all of these things and more. Just a variation of all of these things in a day, at least 30 minutes of it is enough to see great, great benefits. And anaerobic means activities that are short, of a shorter length with high intensity. So things like what I do personally is high intensity interval training. So let's say, for instance, you probably have 3 rounds of 30 seconds, and in between each round you probably get 15 seconds of rest minimum, or even more than that. It just depends on how long you're willing to go, and just going all the way through, getting that light breather. But the reason behind why it's so effective is because you're not giving your body long to rest. You're giving yourself enough to catch a breather, but you're getting right back into it. And weightlifting or sprinting, like full sprints, not jogging, just sprinting. We're going to go to the next slide. And now I'm going to talk to you guys tips for an effective workout. Stretching is key. Stretching is very, very important. Don't try to jump, just even in your daily lives, especially with you guys, no offense, being older, you want to make sure that you're stretching, because it's so easy to try to pick up something. It may be something light to you, or that may have been lighter in your younger days. You try to pick it up, you pull something, now you're out of commission. So make sure stretching, like I said, about 5 to 10 minutes. Dynamic stretchings are before workouts. It's just something to get your heart rate up, get your body moving, get your blood flowing. And static stretching is for after a workout. Static stretching is just to help with that soreness, to help relieve that tension in those muscles, because those muscles become tight. The thing about working out is you're constantly tearing that muscle. Whatever it is you're building, you're tearing that muscle, and your body has to end up repairing itself. But for that time being, you have to stretch out those muscles. And another one being plan your workouts. Don't just go into the gym and say, well, I'm going to lift this, or I'm going to do this, and you're just all sporadic about it. Because now you're going to take longer than what you need to. When you have an effective plan of what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, how long it's going to take, I know that's beneficial for us who have children, who think we don't have enough time. Actually go into it and plan your workout. Even a couple days before or ahead, plan your workout. Think about what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and at least set a timer for yourself. And lastly, how long you want your workout to be. So like I said, and find a way to make it fun. I know working out can be thought as this intense concept about pushing your body to its limits, and like I said, about tearing your muscles and things like that. And it's not always is that fun to everybody. But you can learn to make it fun. You can learn how to make it your own thing. It doesn't have to look like everybody else. You see somebody in the gym bench pressing 350 pounds, you don't have to say, hey, let me try now. That's not going to work. So find something that works for you. Like I said, whether it's yoga, Pilates, anything of that sort, finding your own niche and making it work for you. All right. And lastly, I wanted to say, moving on to the last slide. Lastly, I wanted to say the choice is yours. It is. How you go about things, how you take care of yourself, the choice is up to you. Understanding that God has given us dominion and authority, but you can't walk in that if you're not taking the proper steps and doing the things that needs to be done in order to have a better quality of life. It's just about taking care of yourself. And I had a verse written down in my notes. It's Psalms 139, verses 13 through 16. It says, For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. The fact that it even says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made lets us know that we should have the utmost amount of respect for God and admiration and love for him, that he blessed us with these vessels. Take better care of them. Actually utilize them the way that he has called us to utilize them. And the verse continues to go on. Ooh, I'm fearfully. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you. When I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. That just shows his love for us. We were given these things not to mistreat them, not abuse them, but take care of them. He's placed us on this earth to be stewards. And another thing being about how our bodies are literally temples for the Holy Spirit. I mean, you have to, like I keep repeating myself because it's very important, take the necessary steps. If you're not taking care of yourself, I mean, what, just a rundown, abandoned palace, just what kind of king would want to dwell in that? So just think about that when it comes to taking care of ourselves. And that's all I have for you guys. I'm all awkward, bro. Thank you. Did he want me to go into the explaining the exercises? Yeah, I can do that. Okay. Did you hear me when I was talking? So you want me to just bring them up? Want me to just bring them up here? Oh, did you want to do the exercises now? Yeah. 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 All right, pastors. I know you guys said you wanted me to do a little just demonstration, just showing you guys proper stretches and stuff like that. Would you guys mind coming up here? Uh-huh. Oh, come down? Okay. My bad. Okay. Just, just all of you, if that's okay. All right. Wanted to show you guys just proper steps you can do before getting into a warm-up. Like I said, dynamic stretches. Here we go. Well, I don't know if I can move, but you can start just doing some arm circles. Makes you spread out. If you guys want to get involved, you can. That's totally up to you. I know most of you are in suits. But you want to start off with some arm circles, just getting your body nice and loose. All those tight muscles. All right, now we're going to go in reverse. That's it, big arm circles. This is funny. If we can, space out just a little bit, just a little bit. Space out. Just a little bit. Now, what these active stretches do, they allow your body to get nice and loose before you get into a workout. So now we're going to bring those arms up. You're going from side to side. You're going to let your body hang side to side. Really feel that stretch in your core. That's it. It's just about getting loose, preparing yourself for a workout. Your body is a machine. You got to get it well and oiled up before you just jump into anything. Another one I like to do, I want you to take your two thumbs, place it on the center of your lower back. I want you to take a nice inhale and push those hips forward. Exhale. Most of you might feel a pop. There we go. Exhale when you push your hips out. That's it. Now you're going to come back. You're going to bring your hips back in. Keep your hands right there. Inhale. Great deep breaths. Exhale as you push those hips forward. That's it. That's what that's for. If you feel it, that's what it's for. I told you about those tight muscles. When you don't allow your body to move, those muscles get tight. This is what that stretching is for. Now, I'm not trying to have you guys do too much movement. We're going to go into a knee to elbow. Bring that knee up. Yep. Come up. That's it. This is a new experience. See, it's another thing, It's another thing about working on your balance. So you're going to come up and down, up and down. Try to keep your core engaged. It's okay. Opposite knee, opposite elbow. It's okay. It's okay. And another thing I wanted to show you guys, just the proper way to do a squat, just a little squat. What you want to do is you want to keep the weight in your heels. You should be able to move your toes when you're about to squat. Now, you want to think about sitting down in a chair. You don't sit down like this. You push your hips back, go as low as you can, back up, use those glutes, squeeze at the top. So keep the weight in those heels, go back and up. That's okay. That's what this is for. That's it, and up. These are just little things yourself you can practice at home. Try not to go so fast. You want to actively be pushing your hips back. Go as low as you can. And come forward. There's a lot of tight muscles in here. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You go into a little twist, get that core engaged some more, twist it out. Now, I will show you guys what I do for a workout, but it's no need to show off. That's it. It's just about getting your body involved, getting it moving. Different stretches, different exercises you can do. Like for those who have tight hips, going right here, take a couple steps, pull your knee up, really feel that stretch in that hip. That's it. We're trying not to go so fast, so you're taking that knee, you're pulling it up. That's it. You should feel that, those hips, they're growing. And opening your hips up, bring that leg up. That's it. I myself have a little issues with tight hips, so it's just about getting nice and warmed up. These are just stretches you can do at home, just standing. If you don't want to get down on the ground, there's a lot of stretches you can do. Did you want me to go back up? Did you want me to go back up? Okay. All right, so since I showed you guys a little something, did anybody got questions for me? You said what now?
How many times you want exercise in 1 week, in a week?
How many?
How many times?
So it just depends on your schedule. If you can do 5 days, if you can do 5 days, you can do 5 days. If you only have 3 days to spare, just do that. But you can break the exercises up into different pieces. That's why I said about picking your muscle groups, learning what works for you.
I heard people say that when you exercise, you need to give your body some time to recover. So what is the normal, what is the good time for those of us that are starting, when you do, you don't overdo it so that your body will break down completely, you know. So what is a good time to do and rest before you continue?
So it really varies. It's just like you said, it just depends on where you are, what level you're at. Sometimes, some people, you only need 15 seconds, then you can get right back to it. But for recommended for people just starting out, I say about 3 to 5 minutes. Allow yourself to cool down, do what you need to do. Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes. I see you looking at me like that. 3 to 5 minutes. Allow your body to recover, then you can get right back into it. That's if you're doing intense lifting. I would say 3 to 5. Anybody else?
Yeah, quick question. How late will you advise to eat dinner before going to bed? You know, some of us will eat dinner late night. Some of us will eat it like early as we can. But what will you advise?
So a thing that that you guys could do, especially for those who are real busy, don't really have time during the day. Eventually, you'll have time. You can meal prep your meals, so you won't have to eat so late, knowing that you have to be up at a certain time. You'll already have those meals prepared, because it's not recommended to eat knowing that you're full and then go straight to sleep. That's working against your body. That's why when you wake up, you feel all bloated and you don't feel the best, because that food, like I said, that food is sitting there. And yes, your body is burning calories while you're sleeping, but it's burning extra calories because of that food is still sitting in you.
Will you advise us to eat before exercising or exercise before eating?
That's not a bad question, though. That's not a bad question. I wouldn't say a heavy meal, but like a snack, like a banana, any kind of fruit, just to help with get your endorphins and stuff like that going, like the sugars, the healthy sugars, in order to help with the strength training. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. I wouldn't recommend a heavy meal, nothing crazy. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Praise the Lord. I want to answer one of the questions about the time to eat dinner. If you're over 40, it's very advisable to do dinner between 5 and 7. So it gives your body the time to digest the food before you go to bed. It's very dangerous to eat and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because you have serious things like GERD and regurgitating the food and choking on it. So please eat early. Make sure it's digested before you go to bed.
That's why I was telling about meal prepping. That way you can eat beforehand, and just say you get home late from a busy day, you won't have to rush, cook, scarf the food down, and go straight to sleep.
Just hold on.
Yeah, my question is that do you think it's better to run or to walk?
It just depends. I would say a variety of both. Some days you can start off with light walking just to build your endurance, your tolerance up, and then once you get a rhythm going, then I would say progress into running. But you want to always make sure you're challenging yourself. You don't ever want your body to adapt, because when it does, you'll stop getting the results that you're looking for. Anybody else?
Oh, me and him were asking, what are the right times to exercise?
Your time of day. You can either in the morning, in the noon, whatever works for you. It's just about picking and choosing when, what works for your schedule.
I can only work out for 15 minutes a day. So what's a quick exercise or like a workout that you could give people?
Just a variety of moves. Like I was saying about setting a timer. So probably working out for 30 seconds, only resting for like 10 to 15 seconds and going right back into it. So it's just, you can get an effective workout in for 15 minutes. A really effective one. But you would have to take minimum rest breaks.
So my question is for young kids, what kind of exercise do you suggest I start with? That's for my son.
Just, if you guys want, you can get your kids into sports, or either just them going outside and being active is enough. You know how kids play, they are very active. So it doesn't take much for them, but it's just making sure that they stay active and they continue to do these things and not just stay in the house and watching all kinds of shows and just things of that such.
Okay, I have two questions.
So the first one is, do I have to stretch? Is it like a must to stretch before you exercise daily?
Yeah, that's why I recommend dynamic stretching before exercise. That way your body is able to be loose. And you won't be so tight and you're trying to lift something or whatever it is that you're trying to do, you won't pull something. It's better to get your body warmed up, heated up, so that way when you move, you're already loose. That's why I was showing you guys little stretches and things you can do.
All right, the second question is this. So in order for one to achieve the 150 minutes per week, right? Staying on track, at least if you do like 30 minutes a day, at least 30 minutes a day, or if you know, I know it's less than 30 minutes, let's just say 30 minutes a day. So if I decide to walk every day for 30 minutes, is that considered exercise? Like, is that good enough?
About that is just your tolerance and what works for you. You have to listen to your body.
No, I mean walking, like not doing anything else. Just, okay, maybe I decide to go to the park and just walk around for 30 minutes.
Oh, walking.
Is that enough? If I
Yeah.
walk like, oh, that's good enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, over time, you want to gradually increase. Not just walking, going into walking, okay, jogging. Jogging,
Oh, jogging and
sprinting.
then running. Okay.
So
all right.
building.
Thank you. I want to ask a question firstly, but I still want to give advice. When you're exercising, after you're done, make sure you take a bottle of water. It's very necessary.
Right.
My second question, I work in dental office. I move around. So by the time I'm done, like 8 hours, Monday to Friday. Now by the time I get home, I'll be so tired. Do you expect me to walk out again? It's a question.
I get that. I do. I get that. But you make time for the things you want to make time for.
No, what I'm saying, like, I take x-rays, right? I move on my body. I sweat a lot. That is exercise, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But still, just regular strength training and things of that such is very much important. You may get that little movement at your job, but going as far as actually doing it on your own time is even more beneficial.
Where's the best motivation to, like work out? Like the best motivation, like friends, family, like.
Your why? Huh? Your why. And like I said about having a support system, having people to help you hold yourself accountable, because it is hard to do something that's beneficial. It's not always easy to do it, but having people who care about you and who want to see you succeed, they'll be able to help you hold yourself accountable.
I want to thank you for this presentation. I think it's well needed. Probably comments and questions I want to. Yes, so thank you again for the presentation. I think what we have to remember that exercise is needed by everyone, and we all should have a certain goal, a goal of being healthy. Our presenter here has a wonderful physique. I mean, if you want a physique like that, then you're gonna have to step it up a bit. But we all need to remember we just need to exercise to be healthy. There are skinny, healthy people, and there are muscular, healthy people, and there are bigger framed, healthy people. So I think we just need to remember that in setting our goals. But moving is wonderful. Thank you again for this presentation.
Well, I just want to say quickly to the sister that said if you work like all those 8-hour shift, you're doing a lot of moving, that's good, but that's not really well, I want to give an instance. Like 2, 3 years ago, I was doing about 10,000. There was a thing that they added to our job function. I was doing 10,000 steps. I don't kid you, every single day by 11 o'clock. I had to get those Fitbit, and at 11, I'll tell my boss, I'm doing 10,000 steps. I lost a lot of weight. I was doing a lot of movement. I went down 3 sizes down, but that's stress. So what I would recommend is now, they took that thing away about 2 years ago, and I've really gained the weight, because at one point I started measuring my, checking my weight. So when you walk, when you get home, if you do like 5, and I do that when I come back, I'm so exhausted that when I sit in the car and want to go to the store, sometimes I sit there for like 20 minutes. But I realize that when you get home, you do like 5-10 minutes walking, you get that energy. So, your 8 hours at work every day, it's not really considered an exercise. You still have to get out there and walk.
All right, so this question is like for my dad, cause he has like a kind of pot belly. So it's not to make fun of him. I love my dad. It's not to make fun of him. I'm just wondering, like, is there a way? Is it better to like run to get rid of the pot? Bro, stop grabbing me. So is it better to run to get rid of the pot belly, or like just do like regular core exercises?
Everything. So it's better to actually strength training as well. And there's no such thing as spot reduction. Like, you can't, just because he may do a certain amount of crunches, that don't mean that belly is not going to still be there. You're just going to have abs that you can't see. So strength training, adding cardio in there as well, and a healthier diet, he'll definitely be able to see the results he's looking for, but spot reduction is not a thing.
I want to start like weight training, but I don't know where to start. What are some good exercises that you would recommend?
So the basics, and most importantly, it's all subjective. I can give you mine, but they may not be great to you. So it's about you doing that research and seeing what you may want to do, what you like, and then using that in the gym. But I would say your standard bench press, squats, sit-ups, anything that works the main muscle group, just to build that strong trunk and a stronger upper body.